Today, I wish to start with objective questions for a chapter of dissolution of a partnership firm. These questions are given in section C. Let us start. Goodwill is not shown in the books, but during dissolution rupees 25,000 are realized on sale, on disposal. Write the journal entry. So we are required to write down the journal entry for realized value for goodwill. Value realized 25,000, cash is received, debit what comes in, cash account debit or bank account debit. 2. Assets transferred at the time of dissolution is credited to realization account. So the journal entry is cash or bank account debit 25,000 to realization account credit 25,000. Narration that you are supposed to write being goodwill realized 25,000. Next. In a balance sheet, during dissolution, machinery rupees 50,000 and furniture rupees 10,000 is being shown, for which 60,000 and 8,000 have been realized. Write the entry. So we are given the book value of two assets, that is 50,000 and 10,000, that we are required to transfer to the debit side of realization account, and the realized value thereof is to be credited to realization account. Difference between the two discloses profit or loss on realization of asset. Now let us do that. So realization account debit 50,000 plus 10,000, 60,000. 2. Machinery account credit 50,000. 2. Furniture account credit 10,000, being book value of assets transferred to the debit side of realization account. Now the value realized for these two assets is 60,000 plus 8,000, 68,000. So cash or bank account debit 68,000. 2. Realization account credit 68,000. Now book value 60,000, value realized 68,000. Difference between the two, 8,000, automatically credited to realization account. This is how profit on realization of assets appears in realization account. Next. Partnership firm of Mr. Shah, Mr. Modi being dissolved. Write journal entry for remaining surplus of assets rupees 50,000, which remains after paying all debts. Now this shows the profit of realization account. The surplus of assets after payment of liability, expenses, etc. means realization profit. Realization account profit should be distributed amongst partners in the ratio of the profit sharing. In this sum, we are not given the ratio of profit sharing, so that is presumed to be equal. So this will be distributed amongst partners. Journal entry for that is realization account debit 50,000 to Shah's capital account credit 25,000 to Modi's capital account credit 25,000. Better you may write Shah's capital and Modi's capital being surplus of assets after paying all debts at realization equally distributed between partners. I have deliberately written narration for this journal entry for your better understanding. Next. Partnership firm of Shah and Modi is dissolved. Modi has accepted the responsibility for dissolution process, and the firm has decided to pay rupees 20,000 as remuneration in exchange of his services. The firm has paid 10,000 as expenses. Write the journal entry. Now, partner is entrusted with a responsibility of completing dissolution task. For that, he will be compensated by giving 20,000 rupees. For that, journal entry is realization account debit to partner's capital account credit. And 10,000 is the expense thereagainst has to be paid by the partner. But if it has been paid by the firm has paid on behalf of that partner, so partner is the receiver. So partner's capital account debit to cash account, that's the entry for 10,000. Just observe. Realization account debit 20,000 to Modi's capital account credit 20,000, being remuneration for dissolution process allowed to Modi. Now firm paid 10,000 on behalf of Modi. So at the instance on behalf of Modi, firm has paid. So Modi is the receiver of benefit. So Modi's capital account debit to cash account credit, being firm paid dissolution expenses on behalf of Modi. This is how journal entries gets recorded. Next. Shri Vinod Patel has accepted to pay the loan of his wife of rupees 50,000. Write the journal entry. When partner assumes the liability of the firm, partner is the giver. Why partner is the giver? Because partner is going to pay on behalf of the firm, so partner is the giver. So partner's capital account is credited, and when the loan gets paid, settled, realization account is debited. So the journal entry for that is realization account debit to partner's capital account credit, means Vinod's capital account credit 50,000, being Vinod has accepted to pay the loan to firm by his wife. This is how this journal entry gets recorded. Next. At the time of dissolution, unrecorded tax liability of rupees 12,000 was unpaid, which is paid by the receiver. Now receiver has paid the unrecorded liability. Cash goes out, credit what goes out, cash account credit. This being unrecorded liability loss, realization account gets debited for that. So journal entry for that is realization account debit 12,000 to cash or bank account credit 12,000, being unpaid tax liability is paid. Next. During dissolution, trademark of rupees 80,000 are recorded in the books, but nothing has been specified regarding realization value, realizable value. So book value of trademark 80,000, that will be transferred to the debit side of realization account. Amount realized is 0. So amount credited to realization account is 0, means no entry. So the journal entry for that is transfer of trademark to the debit side of realization account debit to trademark account credit, being trademark account is transferred to the debit side of realization account, and value realized 0. So observe, no entry for its realization, as the normal presumption is that realized value of trademark is 0. Now next. At the time of dissolution of Shah and Modi's partnership firm, Maruti car of rupees 1 lakh is disclosed in the books. This is taken over by Mr. Shah, a partner, at rupees 80,000. So book value of car is how much? 1 lakh. What is the agreed value at which partner has taken? 80,000. How much is the loss? 20,000. That should appear in realization account. How it appears? Observe. First of all, the motor car book value is transferred to the debit side of realization account. So realization account debit to motor car account credit, being motor car account transferred to the debit side of realization account. And partner has taken it for rupees 80,000. Partner is the receiver. So debit the receiver. So Shah's capital account debit rupees 80,000 to realization account credit 80,000. So realization account is debited with 1 lakh and credited with 80,000. Difference between the two, 20,000 got debited to the realization account. That is loss on transfer, 20,000 got debited to the debit side of realization account by difference. Next. At the time of dissolution, furniture of 25,000 is disclosed in the books. No information is available regarding its realization value or sales price. Now you are given the book value of furniture, you are not given information for the value realized. So in such situation we should presume that furniture being real tangible asset, book value has been realized. So we are required to write down two entries. One, transfer of furniture to the debit side of realization account, and book value realized there against. Observe it. Realization account debit 25,000 to furniture account credit 25,000. Being furniture account transferred to the debit side of realization account. Amount received is how much? We are not given, but we presume that book value has been realized. So, cash or bank account debit 25,000 to realization account credit 25,000. Being cash received on disposal of furniture. Furniture being real asset. The normal presumption is that book value is realized. So we write the entry, the second entry on a presumption that we have realized the book value. Next. The following wrong treatment has been given for investment at the time of dissolution. Right, this is a mistake. Correct accounting entry again. Profit or loss on realization account, investment debited 50,000, realized value credited 60,000. So there is a gain on transfer 10,000. We should write straightway gain to this account, not the book value debited and realized value credited, because we want to write down the profit or loss on realization account. So profit or loss on realization, it should be recorded, and that's 10,000. It should be recorded straight. It should not be written in this fashion. Observe the entry that I write. Here, cash received 60,000, so cash or bank account debit 60,000. The book value of asset transferred is 50,000, that is credited. The difference between the two, 10,000, is the gain, that is credited to profit or loss on realization account credit 10,000. So 50 and 10, that makes 60. So 10,000 gain credited to the given account. So this accounting and reporting is not right. This is the correct entry that one should write. Next. I read the sum for you. The profit and loss sharing ratio of Alkesh and Jaswant is 3:2. The partnership firm is dissolved on 31st of December 2006. Write journal entries for following situation. General reserve balance 15,000. Debit balance of profit and loss account 5,000. Srimati Alkesh's loan of rupees 15,000 given to the firm is accepted by Alkesh to pay. Now these are the three details given to you. First is general reserve. General reserve is an undistributed profit. That profit gets distributed amongst partners in the ratio of their profit sharing. That profit sharing ratio is 3:2. And when undistributed profit is distributed to the partners' capital accounts are credited. So what's the journal entry? General reserve account debit to partners' capital account credit. Observe it. General reserve account debit 15,000 to Alkesh capital account 15,000 into 3 by 5 because their profit sharing ratio is 3:2. 9,000 credited to Alkesh capital account. Jaswant capital account credit 15,000 into 2 by 5. That amounts to 6,000. This is how general reserve is distributed. Narration for this being general reserve distributed amongst partners in the ratio of profit sharing. Now next. Debit balance of profit and loss account. Debit balance of profit and loss account implies loss. This loss is undistributed. At the time of dissolution, this loss is required to be distributed amongst partners. When the loss is distributed, partners' capital account gets debited. In which ratio? In the ratio of profit sharing. So this 5,000 undistributed loss will be debited to partners' capital account and profit and loss account gets credited. Observing. Alkesh capital account debit 5,000 into 3 by 5. Jaswant capital account debit 5,000 into 2 by 5 to profit and loss account credit 5,000. B. Debit balance of profit and loss account distributed amongst partners in the ratio of their profit sharing. This is how narration gets recorded. Next. Here the loan of 15,000 is assumed by a partner. Means partner commits to pay the loan of the firm on behalf of the firm. So when partner assumes the liability, partner takes the liability, partner is a giver. Credit the giver. So partner's capital account is to be credited and the loan gets settled. When the loan is paid or settled, realization account is debited. So the journal entry for liability taken by a partner is realization account debit to partner's capital account credit. Observe it. Realization account debit 15,000 to Alkesh capital account credit 15,000. B. Alkesh assumed or committed to pay the loan taken by the firm. This is how journal entries gets recorded. Now let us go to the next question. At the time of dissolution, creditors are 40,000 in the books. Out of the total, 10% of the creditors were given unrecorded investment of rupees 2,000. So there are creditors of 40,000, 10% thereof are given investment of 2,000. 40,000 into 10%, 4,000. They are given 2,000 worth investment, yet 2,000 to be paid, and the rest of the amount was paid in cash. So remaining 2,000 were paid in cash. This is the accounting of 10% of creditors. The rest of the creditors were paid their amount at 10% discount. So rest of the creditors 40,000 minus 4,000, 36,000. They are paid at a discount of 10%. Now 3,600 is the discount thereon. So 36,000 minus 3,600 is the payment made to other 90% of the creditors. Now what I have explained to you, I just show you on the screen in a more explanatory fashion. Creditors are 40,000. 10% creditors are 4,000. They are given investment of 2,000. Remaining creditors 4,000 minus 2,000, they are paid cash. Now this is the information for 10% of the creditors. Remaining are how much? 90% creditors. They are 36,000. They are paid at 10% discount. So they are paid 34,400. Now this is the information about the transactions. Now I want to write down the journal entry. When the asset is given when the asset is given for payment of liability, no journal entry because the liability account is transferred to realization account. When the asset is given for payment of liability, the realized value of asset is credited to realization account and the settlement of liability gets debited to realization account. So if you want to write the entry, the journal entry appears like this: realization account debit to realization account credit. Better we may not write the entry. So when asset is given for payment of liability, no entry. Now the cash paid. How much? 34,000 plus 2,000. 36,400 cash is paid. So we have to write the entry for payment. Here the creditors are paid. So realization account gets debited. So realization account debit to cash or bank account credit. Realization account debit 36,400 to cash or bank account credit 36,400. This is how entry gets recorded. Now let us go to the next. During dissolution, the balance sheet shows the following balances. Show their accounting effects. Now you are given general reserve, workmen accident compensation fund, closing the accounts of asset, close the account of debts. This is the details given to you. Now first to general reserve and workmen accident compensation fund. They are considered as an undistributed profit. General reserve is no doubt an undistributed profit, and this workmen accident compensation fund is presumed to be undistributed profit if no liability for compensation exists there against. So here it is considered as undistributed profit. When the undistributed profits are there, they are transferred to partner's capital account. Profits are credited to partner's capital account. So both this account gets closed and the amount is transferred to partner's capital account in the ratio of their profit sharing. Observe the entry. General reserve account debit, workmen accident compensation fund account debit to partner's capital account. Both the amount gets distributed in the ratio of their profit sharing. Now next, closing the accounts of the asset. Now at the time of dissolution, all assets are realized, liabilities are settled, profit or loss on realization of asset and settlement of liabilities found out. For that purpose, realization account is prepared. And in this realization account, all assets to be realized are transferred to realization account. By that what happens? Asset account gets closed. So asset account has got a debit balance. They are closed. So asset account is credited, amount is transferred to realization account gets debited. Same way, liabilities are also transferred to realization account. The liabilities has a credit balance. The liabilities accounts are closed. So credit balance of liabilities accounts are debited and is transferred to realization account. Realization account is credited for that. Observe the journal entry for next 2 points. To close the accounts of assets, realization account debit to assets account credit, and to close the accounts of liabilities account debit to realization account credit. This is how accounting effects appear in the books of accounts at the time of accounting of dissolution for the information given to us. Let us go to the next. What will be the entry of following balances at the time of dissolution? Creditors 50,000, bills payable 10,000, bad debt is of 3,000. At the time of dissolution, we prepare realization account to find out the profit or loss on realization of asset and settlement of liability. All liabilities and the reserves against assets, provisions against assets are transferred to the credit side of realization account. Here creditors 5,000 liability, bills payable 1,000 liability, bad debt is of 3,000, provision against debtors means provision against asset. All these three are transferred to realization account means credited to realization account. The journal entry for that is creditors account debit 5,000, bills payable account debit 1,000, Bad debt reserve account debit 3000 to realization account credit. B. Outside liability and reserve against assets are transferred to realization account. This is how the narration gets recorded. Next. Write the entry in following situation while preparing realization account by second method. Write the entries in following situation while preparing realization account by second method. Book value of business asset is 2,84,000 and realized value is 2,48,000. Book value of creditors is 75,000 being paid 10% discount. Now see, there are two methods to prepare realization account as we have studied. In first method, book value of asset is debited to realization account and the value realized is credited to realization account. Difference between the two is known as profit or loss that gets accounted automatically in the realization account. This is the story of first method. In the second method, the book value of asset is not debited to realization account. The realized value of asset is not credited to realization account. The realization account is debited for the loss on disposal of asset and is credited with the profit on disposal of asset. Now here we are required to write down the journal entry as per second method. The amount received 2,48,000. The book value is 2,84,000. Difference between the two is known as loss. That loss only gets debited to realization account. Observe the journal entry in light of this explanation. Bank account debit 2,48,000. The asset given is 2,84,000. So asset account gets credited with 2,84,000. So asset of 2,84,000 given for 2,48,000. How much is the loss? Loss is 34,000. So that loss only gets debited to realization account. That is what? 34,000. So how 34,000 is arrived at? 2,84,000 minus 2,48,000. 34,000 is the loss that is debited to realization account. This is how the entry gets recorded under the second method. Book value of the creditor 75,000 being paid 10% discount. Now, in the first method, the balance of creditors is credited to realization account. Amount paid there against is debited to realization account. Difference between the two is either profit or loss that gets automatically accounted in realization account in the first method. But in the second method, the liability balance is not transferred to realization account. Amount paid against the liability is not debited to realization account. Profit or loss on settlement of liability only gets recorded in the realization account. Here the creditors are 75,000. They are paid at 10% discount. So 7,500 is a discount received gain. That gain only gets recorded to the credit side of realization account. Observe the entry. Creditors account debit 75,000. Discount received 10% is credited to realization account 7,500 and 75,000 minus 7,500 is the cash paid. So cash and bank account is credited with 67,500. So cash and bank account gets credited with 67,500. That is the payment made. And the difference or the gain on settlement is credited to realization account. That is discount received 10% of the creditors. That is 7,500. Next. At the time of dissolution, creditors in the book were 50,000. They are paid on the recorded asset of 30,000 and the check for remaining amount show the journal entry. Now see, the creditors are paid partly by giving asset and for the balance cash is paid. Look at the working. Creditors are 50,000. They are paid 30,000 by giving an unrecorded asset. Balance 20,000 is paid in cash when asset is given for payment of liability. And if the liability account, creditors account is already transferred to realization account, then asset given there against, for that no entry gets recorded. As I have explained to you, in such situation, if you want to write the entry, the realization account debit for the settlement of liability and the realization account credit for the realized value of asset. and both has occurred at a time in this transaction. So realization account debit to realization account credit. So better we may not write the entry for this. But the cash paid 20,000, for that we are going to write the entry. The entry for that is realization account debit to cash or bank account credit 20,000 being liability paid. This is how entry gets recorded. Let us go to the next. A creditor, Mr. Keval, of 20,000 is not recorded in the books. During the dissolution, 15,000 is paid to him from the unrecorded asset and the remaining amount is paid by check. Here also the same type of transaction is there. Asset is given for payment of liability. Observe it. Unrecorded creditor 20,000. 50,000 given by way of unrecorded asset. Balance 5,000 paid. Now see. Unrecorded creditors paid. Realization account debit being loss. Unrecorded asset realized. Realization account credit for gain. So what's the entry for this 15,000? Realization account debit to realization account credit. Better we may not write the entry. So no entry for this. And cash paid 5,000. Cash paid how much? 5,000. The journal entry for that is, you know it. Realization account debit to cash or bank account credit 5,000. This is how entry gets recorded for the payment only. Asset given for payment of liability, no entry. Asset given for payment of liability, no entry. Next. Show 3 situations of dissolution of a partnership through court. Now you are asked only 3 situations. I'll give you more situations. You have to remember 3. Observe it. When any partner becomes mentally unsound, a partner who is lunatic is not holding a capacity to become a partner. So in such situation, partnership firm gets dissolved. When any partner becomes incapable of discharging his duties towards the firm, this is the second reason for which dissolution is called for. When any partner acts against the interest of the firm or the business of the firm, the partner acts against the interest of the firm or business, then also partnership firm is dissolved. When any partner frequently violates the conditions of partnership agreement, when partnership is a relationship, that relationship comes into existence by an agreement. Agreement is about so many things, administration, distribution of profit and everything. All those conditions agreed has to be complied with, has to be adhered with by every partner. If they violate the condition frequently, it's a good reason for dissolution of a firm. When any partner transfers his entire share in favor of third party without the consent of partners. So when a share in profit or in a partnership firm is transferred by any partner, he can do that with the consent of all other partners. So if such consent is not obtained, that's a good reason for dissolution of a partnership firm. When the firm makes continuous loss and the elimination of loss is not possible, because the purpose of partnership business is to earn profit, and when there is no potential for any profit but has to suffer continuous losses, there is no sense in keeping the partnership as a going concern. It has to be dissolved. Or any other appropriate cause to dissolve the firm. The appropriate reason is decided by the court on the basis of just and equitable ground. If there is a partnership with an alien enemy, or if any partner is found or is convicted for any moral turpitude or for any criminal offense, that can be a good ground for ordering the dissolution of partnership firm. So all the grounds in the last situation is based upon the discretion of the court, and that is on the basis of just and equitable grounds. So you are asked only 3, write only 3. But for your better understanding, I have given all. I think you have followed all these things. Thanks to all of you.